Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you guys have been doing well. It's your boy Limbo back in another video, and we're going to be talking about some serious competition Call of Duty and Activision might have during fall of this year with Black Ops 7. And I'm of course talking about Battlefield 6, ladies and gentlemen. But to give you guys some background about myself and Battlefield, I have only played Battlefield Hardline, Battlefield 5, and Battlefield 2042. And I recently have come back to Battlefield 2042 live on stream, playing it here and there, and even off camera with some of my viewers. And all in all, I'm actually enjoying the game a ton, and I am genuinely hyped for Battlefield 6. And in today's video is going to be me going over the hype that Battlefield 6 has, specifically within the Call of Duty community, because I feel like the response of Battlefield 6 having more likes already than Black Ops 7's official teaser says a lot about how the community within the FPS genre and Call of Duty community feel like. I feel like a lot of people want Activision and Call of Duty to have a competitor now, especially with the fact that X-Defiant really failed and did really bad, looking back on it, obviously. But I feel like a lot of people are believing and trusting that Battlefield 6 can be a good game on launch and afterwards with post-launch content. And they're really hoping that Battlefield can really make Call of Duty great again, in the sense that these devs at Activision and at Call of Duty actually put in work and make actual improvements for the game. But it's going to be a very fun fall this year because we have actual options to play for our FPS addiction. If you don't enjoy Call of Duty Black Ops 7, you can hop on Battlefield 6. If you don't enjoy Battlefield 6 and want a more grounded experience, you can play on Black Ops 7. Obviously, we won't know the actual answer to that question, but the fact that we actually have options is huge this year. To anybody that is addicted to FPS games like I am, and like any Call of Duty player, having that second option that you can play is huge, because it doesn't force us to get upset or make ourselves play Call of Duty 24/7. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, even though Battlefield 6 has 34 million less views, it has more likes than Black Ops 7's official teaser, which got 40 million views and only 140,000 likes. I'm telling you guys, people want Call of Duty to have a competitor, and people are really putting their faith in Battlefield 6, which is a good thing. Even EA wants this game to succeed. I'm pretty sure they said that they want over 100 million players at its peak, which is absolutely insane from EA, but even the devs don't believe it. But still, that pushes the devs, that pushes everybody to do better and to actually make a competitive game to Call of Duty and Activision. And a lot of people on Twitter specifically are very hyped for this game. A lot of the tweets that I've been reading when it comes to Battlefield 6 versus Call of Duty Black Ops 7, a lot of people are in support of Battlefield, and the majority of it is coming from Call of Duty players. I'm seeing Call of Duty content creators and streamers talk about, hey, I played Battlefield 6 early and I'm actually hyped for it. And other people are excited and trying to find more leaks and rumors about this game. If they're willing to spend their free time to actually find out more about the game, I think that goes to show how much hype that they actually have. Like, let me show you guys some of these tweets right here. Battlefield Wire, which is basically a news source for Battlefield, says Battlefield 6 reveal trailer racked up twice as many likes as the Black Ops 7 trailer, and it did it in just 6 hours, right? You guys can see the screenshots right there. And then to add on top of that, one of the best replies that I've ever seen so far is this from David. He says, I think people are getting sick of COD shit. I want to play a game about war, not a game with playing Beavis and Butthead. Another person said, COD is failing, I'm saved. And there's just a ton of different replies and tweets like that. If we go on this tweet from Turizdo, who says, the Battlefield 6 trailer has already surpassed the Black Ops 7 teaser trailer in just 1 hour. Is Call of Duty cooked? I don't think Call of Duty is cooked, but I think having a competitor like Battlefield is huge for gamers and fans of the FPS genre. But I think we should still all wait or actual gameplay. And as you guys can see on the screen right now, here are the release dates for Battlefield 6 and Black Ops 7. The rumored release date for Battlefield 6 is October 10th, 2025. And for Call of Duty Black Ops 7, the rumored release date is November 14th. And this has over 311,000 views for Charlie Intel. A lot of people are basically saying that, hey, Call of Duty's cooked right now, and I'm glad that we're having a game that could actually compete with it at a similar time that it's releasing. So if somebody doesn't enjoy either Battlefield 6 or Black Ops 7, they can just switch over to the other game. But I think the general consensus that both communities from Battlefield and Call of Duty are saying that everyone is hoping that the games are actually fun and worth playing. Because it seems like for both communities, the last game that they got, Battlefield 2042 and Black Ops 6, have been absolute stinkers at the start and for a couple months afterwards. I think we saw that most prominently with Black Ops 6 if we're going off of recency bias. And then for Battlefield 2042, a lot of people were complaining about its launch and the fact that it did take them some time to actually make some meaningful updates that actually fixed the game. And then another tweet we have is from Modern Warzone, who says, please God, let Battlefield 6 be good so Call of Duty can finally have some real competition. And this has over 825,000 views in literally 3 days, and everyone is literally hoping for the same thing. And I'm happy to see that every Call of Duty player is actually trying to make a stand against Call of Duty for once, and that they're trying to support a game, looks like. Obviously, we'll have to see what the player counts and the sales for Battlefield 6, but still, with the general consensus for Battlefield 6 being, hey, Even though we haven't seen any gameplay, I am hyped for this, and I hope that this actually brings Call of Duty to do good for once. Which is a good thing, because that means that some people will actually try out the game and maybe stick with it. You know, and maybe that makes Call of Duty try even harder and try to actually have a good game. And I think the last tweet that I want to acknowledge is this from Charlie Intel. He says that Battlefield 6 will launch on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC via Steam and Epic Games Store. So Battlefield 6 is dropping PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, which are the old gens. And thank God, because Call of Duty, the biggest problem that it's had is the fact that they are not dropping old gen support, which I think attributes to bad optimization within console games, PC games, servers, all of that, man. Because I feel like whenever a game actually drops old gen support for their game, the game instantly feels and runs and is better. So the fact that Battlefield 6 is kind of putting their foot down and being like, hey, even though we might lose a lot of players, we are going to try to make this game modern and try to keep people happy that are on these platforms. Because a lot of people, a number one complaint that a lot of people have is that, hey, why are we still supporting these old gen users and sacrificing my performance or my like for the game because we're trying to appeal to PS4 and Xbox One users still in the big year of 2025. And like a great example that I want to show is from Hunter TV, who says, great idea, because the Xbox One and PS4 are on life support. This is how the new cel-shaded Rebirth Island looks on old gen, and as you guys can see, it is complete and utter dog shit, bro. Like, what the fuck am I looking at here? What is this? What? It literally looks like a painting somebody did. I'm not even joking with that first image. And then for the second image, it's like it never rendered in at all. How are people that are on PS4 and Xbox One actually able to load into a game? Because from what I've seen in multiplayer, because I'm a multiplayer guy, anytime I'm going against a PS4 and Xbox One user, it literally takes them a minimum of 5 minutes to get into a game. But all in all, ladies and gentlemen, I am hyped for Battlefield 6. This is going to be my third Battlefield game, basically, because I don't really remember Battlefield 5 or Battlefield Hardline, right? I was a little kid running around not knowing what I was doing. But for Battlefield 2042, playing it at launch when it released, and also a couple years later when it's actually good, I loved it both of those times. So I'm really excited for Battlefield 6, and I'm glad to say that, hey, as a gamer, as a player, I have an alternative to Call of Duty that I know I could enjoy. But it all depends on the gameplay and all that stuff. I gotta see what other people that are actually big fans of Battlefield have to say for the gameplay. But all in all, ladies and gentlemen, you guys will see me live on stream for Battlefield 6's launch, and I'll give my thoughts on it. But all in all, I'm excited for Battlefield 6, and I can't wait to see what they have cooked up, because I think it's time for Call of Duty to have some competition. And I'm glad that it's not some random new IP like X-Defiant that's trying to compete with it, but something that's already been established before and has already previously been in competition with Call of Duty in the past. But yeah, boys, if you guys enjoyed, drop a like and hit that subscribe button, and let me know what you guys think of Battlefield 6, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.